Welcome, everyone, to the Sunshine Coast's very own podcast. My name's Tony Cross, and by day I've got a car brokering business called Drive Connect. But today I'm hosting the Referral Wave, and I'm joined by the fantastic Pooja and Ildi from Time Fix. So, welcome along, ladies, to the podcast. Great to have you along.
Thank you so much for having us, Tony.
Thanks, Tony. We're happy to be
Now,
here.
no worries at all. Now, I've just learnt in the words of the famous Avi, you get two for one with the
Yes,
Time
you
Fix.
do.
Well, Marina Pitisano usually says that we're the twins, the
Yeah,
twisted twins.
twisted twins. So that could stick. That could
Yes,
stick.
we are. We are.
Um, so let's get into it. How long have you ladies been in BNI and what led you to joining?
I let Ildi start this one because it's always good to have her start with this one.
And we do have a bit of a BNI story there.
Okay, let's do it.
I joined BNI 6 years ago after toying with the idea of joining BNI for another probably 3 or 4 years, and I was subbing and this and that and whatever. But I kind of felt like having young children and being a single mom, it was really difficult. So just before COVID, I did bite the bullet and I joined. So that's pretty much how I started my BNI journey. But then I met Pooja in another networking event, and like a good BNI member, I actually invited her to a meeting. And of
Yes.
course, I convinced her that this is the best platform for her to join and grow her business. So she actually
Yeah, but
joined.
I actually resisted for almost half a year because I had only just started my business, so I didn't ha haven't hadn't wrapped my head around what that's going to look like. And you know how you have to really wrap your head around your messaging, right? I was still in the process of creating my brand, creating those brand colors, logo, whatnot. What is it going to really look like? Sorry, I just okay. All right. So organize all of that. So it was really one of those things where it was really hard for me to really join straight away. I was not ready then. And that's true for a lot of people. You're not ready when you're not ready. And then Ildi kept saying to me, there's still a spot for life coaching there. There's still a spot for life coaching. And I was not sure if I wanted to join in the life coaching seat because that's not who I am. But she said to me, get your foot in the door because get a spot, you can always change categories. And that's what convinced me eventually. So then I joined about half a year later than Ildi. So she's 6 years into BNI and about 5.5 years into BNI.
So did you join as separate businesses and
Yes,
now a business
yes,
together? Yeah,
yes.
Well,
right.
what happened, like good BNI members who were in the same context here, we started to refer clients between the two of us, and we both hated the whole upselling bit. And we found ourselves about a year into doing programs together the wrong way. Too long, too tedious, too many, too.
Too
Everything was,
twisted,
it
too
was
twisted.
yeah,
And
it was
then
really
it was like
bad.
we didn't know each other well enough to say, all right, I'm okay with you taking the larger chunk and I'm okay with taking the smaller chunk. And we were like, we need to make it equitable. So it became too hard, too complicated, too twisted. So, and then that's our BNI story. So we became business partners through
Yeah.
BNI.
Yeah, that's a fantastic story. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well done. And
Yeah.
what chapter, what are you both in different chapters?
Yes. We are.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Pooja actually booted me from my original chapter because one of us had to go.
Yes.
Well, booted. The reality was that my renewal came first,
Yep.
and we decided that with that, we believe that you shouldn't just, if you need to make a move, you shouldn't do it in the middle of the third or the quarter of your membership. Just wait for
Mm.
the whole year and build those relationships and then move if you really need to move. So I was mine was coming up first. So this is how I moved chapters, and Pooja stayed with City Business originally, and my journey led me
Yeah.
slowly to where I am today, which is Platinum One.
What a great story. Righto, let's move on to a little bit of what TimeFix actually does. Who wants to go first?
Both of us can take turns,
Do
but
it.
it did start with Ildi, though. I
Tell us
must
about
say, it did
TimeFix.
start with Ildi.
Well, in essence, what we do is we are human capital developers. Because productivity is a byproduct, or time management is a byproduct of what we do. We are all about how can you activate your people in the right way and help them work the best possible way together so that you're not leaving on the table money.
In our definition, time and productivity are vastly different for different people within a business. Everybody will relate to time differently. Everybody's definition of productivity can be vastly different. So, as a business owner, if you tell your team be efficient, but the team is thinking we need to get things done, both these things are vastly different from one from the other. So if you're just telling your people be productive, they are probably not hearing you in the same way. And understanding this basic difference between people and what it looks like for them is very important if you want to start making your team a little bit more cohesive and working together and being productive really
Yeah,
and bringing you the results that you're looking for.
So what we
yeah,
what we discovered is that your relationship with time is key when it comes to your productivity patterns. Hence, we created this amazing
Archetype.
archetypal model that helps you understand what is your relationship with time, what are your strengths and what are your challenges when it comes to getting things done, and how can you bring the best version of yourself to the table.
yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Look, I would encourage everyone to have a one-to-one with you guys because the other day when I had a one-to-one with Pooja to go into it in depth was just it was fascinating and some great I can see the word architect in there, but I mean it was great the way you guys put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
and so
you.
yeah, I'd encourage people to do it. So listen, you guys were sponsors at the national conference in Sydney. Is
Yes.
it the first time you'd been sponsors?
No.
No, that was the
No.
second year,
Yep.
and we are sponsors next year as well.
Yeah, great. Okay. So talk me through that. You obviously you've done it a few times. You
Mhm.
obviously place a good value in it. Um,
Yes,
talk us through a sponsor's point of view from national conference.
sure.
I mean, every sponsor has a different agenda when they are coming to the conference, and I suppose in our case, we are all about building relationships. So our main goal is not to sell or I don't know. We don't have a product as such that is, you can grab and go with it. We
Yep.
are more about building those relationships and creating the visibility for our business and for what we do because we do have a very unique IP. So we went for a year to assess out, right, Pooja?
Yeah,
And the second year we decided to sponsor because it just made sense. It was the easiest way to draw people to a point where they can find us and
yeah,
where those people who have the teams and are interested in doing something special or something different or even just thinking differently about productivity and efficiency in general, then it was a natural thing for us to set up that point of meeting.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Yeah.
we try to be efficient with this too. No pun intended here.
Yeah,
So yes, but given that the fact that the two of us, it definitely made it a little bit easier. So we do make sure that we have as many conversations as possible, and our goal is to walk away with meaningful conversations rather than just enriching our database.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So sorry, kick on.
yeah, no. So our goal in the first year was to go and check out what national conference is all about. And
Mm,
like many of BNI members, we were not sure whether that's for us. But you never can tell until you attend one. That's the
yeah.
thing. Unless you attend one, you really don't know what you're walking into and the level of engagement that happens in any BNI conference. So the first year was attending as a normal member. And then the next year, we said this is a no-brainer. We have to sponsor for people to start recognizing our brand. And from there on, the first year we sponsored, we had some good, meaningful conversation. But this year, people came up to us and said, "Oh, we remember you from last year." So the traction was a lot better. The quality of conversation started to become a lot better from last year. And I'm pretty sure in the third year, it will be like, I
Even
need
better.
you and let's sign up
Yeah.
situation. Because it takes a while for people to start recognizing you and knowing what you do and what you deliver.
But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
I think it's very important to point out that BNI conferences are not just about BNI knowledge. It's
Yeah.
about showcasing talent within our network. It's about um, learning about other people's madness and excellence, because the quality of presenters that are on the stage. Oh, and it has nothing to do with BNI. I mean, except for a few really good quality presenters who focus on BNI and how to maximize your membership. Because let's be honest, most of us are not maximizing our memberships, and we pay a lot of money just to be in a room and have breakfast every single week. It takes a bit of time to understand how to work the system, how to create those connections, how to make the most of a membership that is at your fingertips, even if you think that you are limited to your little local environment. And that's not true. And I'll tell an example to that. A week ago in our chapter, someone was looking for someone in Queensland.
Mm.
It's a no-brainer. You just open the app and you start scrolling and trying to find someone. But the best way to find that is remembering that you met someone at the conference who was talking about their own business that was doing exactly what they were looking for. And
Yeah.
that's where the magic happens. You meet so many different people, you connect with so many different businesses. And you don't have to have a global kind of business to benefit from it.
No, and that's what we were talking about before we come on air. Since COVID, everyone knows someone, let it be a relative or a friend that's
Yes.
moved to Queensland, especially the Sunshine Coast. And yeah, you're right. Even if, now that you ladies know me, and I'm sure the next time someone says, "Oh, do you know such and such on the Sunshine Coast?" You're just going to ring me, and then I'm going to put
Yes.
you in touch with those people. So there's a lot to get out of it from membership. The other thing I've sort of talked to a few people about, they're like, just go down there and it's all about BNI. And, just talk us through that, because that's so far from the truth, it's not funny.
Absolutely. It's very far from the truth. Yes, like Ildi said, some of the speakers will talk to you about BNI and what to think and how to think about it from outside the box. And that's probably one speaker or one odd speaker or one odd session in the day. Rest of it is, yeah, maybe two sessions. At the most, that's what it
Mm.
is. Rest of the session is about understanding how can you run your business in a more efficient way. So there are topics like marketing, there are topics like if you are wanting to sell your business, what should you think about? How do you make your business saleable in the future? If you're thinking processes, what do you need to think about? What are the new CRMs, for example, in the market? How do you maximize AI for your business? All of these topics are extremely relevant for any kind of business, be it a small, medium, or large, because sometimes business owners can become quite funnel visioned,
Mm.
and we forget to think outside the box, and we do have our own blind spots for certain things. We don't have the ability to think outside the box unless you speak to experts in those fields. And a lot of the times, give us again mentality is across the board. You talk to anybody who's an expert in their field, does not mind giving you some tips and tricks straight away upfront so that you can implement that straight away in your business without having to hire their services. And I find that extremely beneficial.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
There's stuff, I mean, Jenny did a talk there, was your business AI ready? like
Yes,
this, all of the topics were relevant, and all of them had good bits of take-home material to make you
yes,
either better personally or better in business.
absolutely.
I think that what you need to understand is that um, Giver's gain will start meaning something totally different after a national conference.
Yes,
Uh,
Mm,
the whole mentality, the whole living and breathing connection and enriching our connections is at front of mind. But with that, how can I help you? It's almost it flows from everywhere. It's
it
mind
does.
blowing how you realize that this network is so much more than just your tiny little Monday, Tuesday, whatever day breakfast gathering, because you start seeing opportunities, connections, people, businesses, opportunities in such a different way after the national conference.
yeah, correct. And they had Phil Berg there, BNI veteran of 30 years,
Yes.
owns regions in the UK. They had him talking about how to get the most out of BNI,
Mm-hmm.
and it was enlightening because you sit there and you think, it's a big system, it is, but when you have someone with his sort of experience talking about how to make the most out of it and exploit it for your benefit, yeah, it's fantastic, and the world's your oyster once you get your head around it.
100%. And you don't realize the power of your network. And while we are talking about national conference, I also want to point out that we are there globally. Now, I'll give you an example. When I go back to India, to my hometown, I always go and attend at least one BNI meeting. And from there, I get so much value because I can source services that my family requires locally.
Mm,
And what better way to source these resources uh, in a trusted environment?
yeah,
And you
The,
don't know what you don't know,
exactly. You
really.
don't know what you
And,
don't
and
know.
I'm going to just go here from Melbourne. In our chapter, there's quite a few developers. They do projects across the whole country.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean, it's so much easier to find trusted trades and support in other states when you have a network like BNI behind you. But I will
mm,
also take it to the next level and say that warm introduction, even within BNI, makes life so much easier because
mm,
you're not just trying to use an app to find a face and a business description. You have those warm introductions. You have those people who know those people who can vouch for them and who have seen them in action. It makes everything so much more reliable, quicker, easier, and punchier because everything is all around how can we get and enroll different projects in a timely manner with trusted people.
Absolutely. And it's very unique that BNI is the only organization where you do not need formal introduction for somebody you've never met before to walk up to you and say hello.
yeah,
The fact that you are a BNI member is an umbrella for that pre-existing trust, if there's a word like that.
yeah. No, you're 100% right.
It's like pre-existing trust. Like just
Yeah,
because you're a member, I can trust that if I walk up to you and say hello, you'll give me 5 minutes of your time to
yeah,
listen to me and understand what I do in my business.
mm.
And that's a very unique experience, in my opinion.
And just
You
like
might
Pooja
have to
said
copyright
before.
that pre-existing trust. You might have to copyright.
Mm.
Maybe, yes, register
Absolutely. But
it.
that's exactly what Pooja was saying,
Yeah.
that the conference is so much more because
Yes.
whoever walks up to any of the speakers, any of the
Yes.
sponsors, you get, if you're smart and you're prepared and you know what where your gaps are in your business, there's going to be pretty much 500 people around you who can help you straight away with your problem.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, 100%. And I did exactly that. I was in the lead up to it, I was like, if I'm going to go down, I really have to identify some ways that I need help when I get down there. So I
Yes.
did. I spent some time analysing some of those gaps in my business and what I wanted to achieve, and had them all solved by the time I got on the plane and come home.
There you
Because
go.
I knew all those people were going to be in the room, and if I didn't take advantage of that there and then, there's only one person to blame. So, no,
Yes.
fantastic experience for everyone to get down there. That's for sure.
Absolutely, 100%. It's never a waste. You're not walking away from your business. In Philberg's term, we are all working. It's a network. It's not net socializing. It's not net enjoying. It's not net breakfasting. It's none of that. It's networking. Yes, and the fun comes along with it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you're going to have fun. Obviously, you're going to go and enjoy yourself and all of that. But I believe that's a consequence of networking.
Mm. Yeah,
So, yeah, it
that,
just follows.
that's what it's all there for. Well,
Yes.
thanks for those lovely words. So, what's next for the business? What's next for Time Fix?
What's next?
Yeah,
Some big
what's next? Any
moves.
expansion plans, or what are we doing?
We are bringing a workshop into Sydney. So,
Cool.
if you know businesses in Sydney that would love to understand a different way of working, and we are collaborating with PIP, who you had a chance to talk to
Oh, good.
last Thursday, I believe.
That's what's
And
happening at the
that's
national
what's
conference.
happening at the
You
national
start
conference.
collaborating.
Yeah. This whole project has been born out of networking at the
Yes,
conference.
yes.
How
Absolutely.
ah,
Yes. So we are bringing a workshop into Sydney in person on the 11th of September. We are in the process of identifying venues and sorting all of that out. So that's one big thing on our cards, and
Um,
also a few other little bits and pieces.
and we're also not adverse. If you're listening to this and you think that you have an audience that would love to be a bit more productive and learn a little bit about how to do it in a different way and in a sustainable way, please reach out. We're open to fly to the Sunshine Coast or anywhere pretty much, because why not? At the end of the
A
day,
secret, anything to escape Melbourne grey weather.
yes.
well, I'm looking out the window today, and you'd be pretty disappointed. So this, although it's a Melbourne people, but so this is like we've got probably our worst, gloomiest winter day here on the Sunshine Coast today, and it's scattered showers and 20 degrees.
Oh, oh, 20 degrees. Well,
Yeah,
We
and
we are
it's
can we
like,
fortunate.
can deal with the scattered showers and
yeah,
20 degrees.
when I walk out of this room, I'm gonna have to put three jumpers on. Like it's Armageddon outside. It's terrible. So I can
So,
understand. So what you ladies want to do is winter conferences on the Sunshine Coast. Is that
yes,
what you're aiming at? Right.
we would love
That's
that.
perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, with a Melbourne Storm game thrown in.
Yes,
That wouldn't hurt.
Okay. All right. Anyone listening, jump on board and help the ladies out. Hey,
yes.
I always ask this when we wrap up. What is your favourite core value of BNI?
I love traditions and innovations. I know it's one of those ugly ducklings amongst the uh, core values, but I think it is fascinating to see an organization of this size being able to pivot as quickly as it pivoted in COVID and embracing that knowledge and that learned experience and carrying it forward, because at the end of the day, even today, we do have hybrid chapters, we do have online chapters, and all the tech that is being rolled out to help us connect even better, to be more in touch with each other is just mind blowing. And I think there's a beautiful dance between keeping the essence of BNI, that give us gain mentality, and bringing the new, bringing the future into the picture, and making this whole new AI world being how to say, the best vehicle for the traditions that we represent.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Well said. What about you, Pooja?
I'm going to say accountability. Again, another one that nobody likes to talk about, but I absolutely love that there's accountability as a core value. Not just that not just in the BNI atmosphere. It's important to be accountable to people around you that rely on you. Not just that, it creates that ability to be accountable to yourself. As a small business owner, and as if you're a solopreneur, if you're not accountable to yourself and willing to face the consequences of lack of action, then you are not growing a business. You are just another employee in your own business. So if you really want that business owner mentality, being accountable is very important. Doing what you say you're going to do and deliver on that promise is an absolute core value that must be followed not only in BNI atmosphere, in your own business and in personal life as well, so that you become that trusted partner in anything you do around you.
Yeah. No, fantastic. Well, it's been great having you on the podcast. I'm sure
Thank
people
you,
will get
Tony.
a lot out of that, and
Much.
I'd encourage them to jump on your website and have a look. Timefix.com.au, that's correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So jump on there and have a look, find out about September, hop a flight to Melbourne, get down there, even go along. And if we can line
Absolutely.
up anything for you on the sunny coast in between, we will do so.
Perfect.
If not, we'll see you
And,
ladies in
and
Melbourne.
don't miss the conference next year. I mean, it's Melbourne. We have the best coffee in Australia, so you definitely have to come and try.
And also, don't forget, we have our YouTube channel. So please go and look for the Time Fix podcast on YouTube. Subscribe and follow us. We want as many followers as we can possibly muster up.
Yes, well done. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go and have a look and check it out. Well,
Perfect.
thanks
Thank
for
you,
getting me on
Tony.
Thank
the
you, Tony.
podcast, and we'll chat to you soon.